Technical difficulties. Hi, my name is Reggie Stewart, and this is my YouTube channel. I've thought about doing this for a long time, and I happened across a fellow the other day named Rob Maritimer that said, had a video that says, if you're over 40, you need to start a YouTube channel. And, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting concept to sit in a room and talk to a camera and hope to connect with some people, maybe inspire some people. Truthfully, this is not my first YouTube channel, not my first video. I own auto repair businesses, and I have YouTube channels for those with a variety of different type of content that I've built over the years. And really now I have a content creator on staff that does a lot of that. But I don't have any like me videos. I do have some of me in front of a camera promoting my business and promoting the people in my business. But I'm looking for an outlet and a way to share some of the things that are going on in my head with those that might want to hear it and might be inspired by it. So this seems like an opportunity to do that. And obviously you can take it or leave it. And I can't commit to this being a long-term thing. I'm a proud ADHD adult that gets passionate about things. And some of those things stick and some of them go by the wayside. In fact, if you go to my Reggie's Motorworks YouTube channel, you will see a video series called Project Varmint that I started, I think it was back in 2016. I built a car, I filmed all kinds of, like, every angle of everything I was doing to do this engine swap. And I edited, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 episodes, and then I just dropped off the face of the earth because that editing process was super complex, and I'm running the business and working on cars and at that time and doing all the things, and I just lost it. So I might still have the footage somewhere. I don't know. At any rate, I am into cars. I'm specifically, my specialty over the years has been E30 BMWs. So some of that could creep in here. I'm into all kinds of cars though. I just love cars. I love the car culture. I own auto repair shops. That's really what I do. This is not I'm not doing this in an attempt to be a YouTuber by trade or to create, ad revenue or make a living or quit my day job. None of that is on my agenda at all. This is simply a place to get online, find some folks that are like-minded and share. So I don't have to stress out about whether or not I'm putting up a ton of videos or if I'm, reaching the right audience. So here are things that I do intend to talk about. One is just business and entrepreneurship, something I'm super passionate about. And it's really, as I get older, as I mature, it's been within the last 5 or 6 years that I've really realized that that's just what I'm made to do. I've always done it. I literally started thinking like an entrepreneur when I was in 4th or 5th grade. I started buying and selling little trinket toys in 6th grade. I was mowing lawns. I became a DJ and bought DJ equipment and did all that through high school and college, where I had 2 vans and a bunch of sound systems, and I subcontracted to my friends. And it's just, growing a business is something that I don't know that I have a choice. Like, there's times when I want to simplify and just be me and be good at one thing, but at the same time, I'm really blessed to have the ability to create something that grows. So business, entrepreneurship, a little ADHD sprinkled in there because it just might happen. I'm certainly no expert at it, but I'm an expert at being a person with it. I think something I didn't really discover until I was well into adulthood. Leadership. In my role now in my business, I have 3 auto repair locations, and I don't have a job in any of them. I'm not a technician anymore. I'm not a service advisor anymore. I'm not a manager anymore. I am an owner and a guy that is in charge of overseeing the entire operation. I do have a director of operations that, like, he manages the managers day to day. So I have the ability to do this, but I also have the ability to work on expanding further. So, but all of that requires leadership. Like the people that are working underneath me to grow this organization need a head leader, right? So as you grow a business, you start out like wearing all the hats. Some of us do. You know, I started out taking derelict BMWs apart in a pole barn and putting pictures on eBay and shipping parts to Malaysia and Germany and all kinds of places. And I've slowly like ratcheted up from that to a point where now I'm this CEO, if you will, that is, it's a pretty awesome place to be. And I think sharing some of that journey is worthwhile. So business, entrepreneurship, leadership, then I might go completely sideways on you and get back into the car culture, talk a little bit about cars, talk a little bit about, I'm into RC cars. My sons are 8 and 11, and sometimes we just go out and play with RC cars together. So that some of that might get sprinkled in here. Building things. I'm not, there's plenty of maker channels. There's plenty of RC channels. So probably not a lot of that, but if you follow some of my other social feeds, again, I'm not trying to promote that, but I have the handle Driven Driver on Instagram, and I guess I'm just Reggie on Facebook, Reggie Stewart. But you'll see that I do some stories on just going out and playing vintage stuff. So I like to buy and sell stuff. I'm Gary V. Everybody, he's kind of like the Coca-Cola or Starbucks of influencers, right? Like everybody looks at Gary V, but his trash talk is super inspiring to me because, man, I grew up going to garage sales and buying stuff and selling stuff at garage sales. So I have a passion for that. Again, I started what is now a pretty decent sized business by selling old car parts on eBay. So that's in my blood. What else can we get to? My family and I do a lot of camping, and we do some pretty good long haul travel trailer trips. So that's something I'm passionate about. Again, does it have a place here? I don't know. Let's talk. Like I'm open to feedback. I'm open to things that you're interested in. I'm open to explaining the path it took me to get from the grind to some pretty awesome freedom and the passion of helping other people get that freedom. So if you're business minded or even just kind of looking for some philosophical thoughts, some of that might come out here. Growth mindset. Again, I cannot claim to be an expert on it. There's plenty of experts out there. I have only listened to them and realized that that's who I am. And it's pretty awesome because I haven't had to try to turn myself into that. But why am I that way? I don't know. So those are some fun things to explore. The automotive industry as a whole is a place that I can get in pretty deep. This can be conversations about what it's like to own and operate multiple auto repair shops or one auto repair shop, what it's like inside of an auto repair shop. I think that pulling back the curtains on auto repair for the general public is something I'm really interested in doing. There's this dark cloud over us that not all of us obviously, but people don't trust mechanics or auto repair shops. At least it's fairly common. And the truth is the prices are high. And there is a sticker shock a lot of times when we talk about what it costs to make a car really right. And I do believe that there's people out there that are taking advantage of people, but I don't think it's very many. I know a lot of wonderful, wonderful people in the auto repair industry. And I think what happens a lot of times is there's good people that have a hard time communicating with their clients. And when they try to communicate what's going on with that car, it starts to feel ugly, right? And or there's also some subjective decisions on what's broken and what's not broken on a car. So that's a whole different video or series of videos, but it's something I think is worth talking about. Also in our industry, the technician shortage. It's not just our industry, right? It's anything trade related. There are not enough people that are currently working with their hands to satisfy all the needs. So that's a subject that I'm passionate about. You know, I'm very much wanting to get the youth in front of and not, it doesn't have to be the youth, it's anybody. Like if you want to work with your hands, finding those paths to do that, because it's a really fruitful place to be right now. What an automotive technician or plumber or an HVAC technician or an electrician, there's shortages everywhere, and where there's shortages, it's supply and demand, right? Like there's real opportunities there for a lot of people. So I think that's some fun stuff to explore. It's not easy either. Like there's no, you know, you can't just walk into a repair shop and be a six-figure mechanic overnight. Like there's lots and lots of those guys now, and their wages are going up, up, and up. But the path to getting the talent and the tools to be able to do that job that's a whole different thing. So exploring that is really something that excites me. Just general life. I could get into some finance. I am pretty, like I said, I'm pretty successful for a guy my age, or for a guy any age. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm pretty humble about that, and I'm also pretty conservative. But I do know how to run a business, and a lot of that is number centric, and it's something that I didn't know all along. You know, I'm a big fan of hiring coaches. You know, I've learned a tremendous amount from business coaches, and more recently, fitness and health coaches. It turns out like being a really coachable individual and hiring the right coaches can really, really help your life. So that's definitely something that if I can encourage people to do and invest in, I highly recommend. Whatever it is that you're struggling with in life, find somebody that has done it really, really well, that is maybe even for hire, and sharing that information and pay them. I have a lot of my success is I give credit to coaches that I've hired and other peers that I've worked with over the years that have shared their successes. So I'm not going to do a whole lot more in this video. This is just me rambling, me doing an introductory video to tell you what to expect. Where it goes from here, I don't know. Feel free to post questions in comments, post ideas in comments, throw tomatoes at me in comments, whatever you want to do. And with some encouragement, maybe I'll stay focused and keep doing this, and maybe I won't. We'll see. But I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.